Hello, gardeners. I'm Xandra, here with your happy news. To celebrate the recent Earth Day, here's a lightning round of eco-energy solutions that countries around the world are trying out. In Sweden, they've announced plans for a special lane coming to their highways for electric vehicles. A powered lane that will charge your car while you drive in it instead of having to pull over to a charging station. Now that's innovation. In Switzerland, they're going to place 2,000 miles worth of solar panels on railroads between the tracks. They're the first country in the world to try this out, but what's great about it is that it could help produce clean solar energy without having to set aside separate space for a solar farm because they're building on infrastructure they already have, which is great news. And in India, an architect company has found a way to make air conditioning without electricity by using hollowed-out terracotta clay tubes stacked like a beehive that are soaked with water. The shape of the clay cones naturally draw in warm air, while the soaked cones allow for the air to evaporate at a much cooler temperature. They then continuously recycle the water for an ultimate eco-efficiency. Brian, people all around the world are always trying to come up with the greatest ideas for eco-energy.
Well, it's been happening here in the Valley for a long time. If you look at the construction, like down at Casa Grande and some of the older things have been built here for over 1,000 years. Whenever necessity, concrete is the mother of invention. So when we need these new things, there's a lot of, great new ideas, and a lot of them are old ideas. Those slot cars we used to play with as kids. Now, maybe I'm a little older. You probably didn't do that, Xandra. They were a lot of fun. But there's never a reason to forget the old and maybe make it new again. Hey, great story. Appreciate it.
Hello, gardeners. I'm Xandra, here with your happy news. We hear about organizations for planting trees and mass reforestation projects all the time. And that's because the world needs more trees to help clean the air, restore and replenish habitats, and all the natural resources that trees provide us. But what about endangered tree species, or old historical ones? This is where David Millark and his family-founded non-profit organization, Archangel Ancient Tree Archive, comes in. David and his team are dedicated to locating and propagating the world's largest, most iconic, and historic old trees so that we have them for future generations. Their team travels around the United States and the world to propagate seeds and cuttings from all kinds of ancient trees. They then take them back to their live tree library archive, where they grow them into small saplings, which are then used to reforest areas in the most natural way possible. Propagating ancient trees is important for the environment because it can greatly help with future reforestation projects. Reintroducing them to deforest areas is not only going to provide the best natural habitats for local wildlife, but it will also help balance and purify the soil, air, and water the best way possible. Old growth, new growth. I graduated this week. Lots of growth going on, Brian.
Well, some things are definitely new, and now congratulations on growing out and growing up. And you know what? These trees are a lot of fun, and it's really fun to explore Arizona and get into different forests and different climate zones. And our biodiversity in this state is just pretty much beyond compare. You'd have to take a country like Mexico to have more varieties than what we do here in this state. So get out and explore. From the Chiricahua Mountains all the way up to the Kingman and the Wallapies, you can find all different kinds of species and beautiful things here, and a lot of fun ones to grow right in our local environment.
Hello, gardeners. I'm Xandra, here with your happy news. The future of cleaning our oceans and beaches is in robots. In the Netherlands, a team of Dutch entrepreneurs created Project Beachbot, an AI-assisted cleaning robot made to clean up trash as it rolls around the beach. The AI part scans the beach for trash that could be buried under the sand, and when it comes across trash, it digs it up and removes it. Over here in the U.S., the company 4Ocean has created a beach cleaning bot called Beebot, which is solar-powered and can cover about 3,000 meters of beachland every hour. As Bebot roams the beach, it's sifting through the sand with a comb to remove small plastic and other trash without harming the ecosystem. Out in the ocean, the Pixie drone, another cleaning bot made by 4Ocean, can be set out anywhere in the water where it'll float there and collect floating plastic waste. And even deeper in the ocean, the Robo Jellyfish, a small robot designed to look and move the same way a jellyfish does to help clean up ocean pollutants. The natural movement of a jellyfish creates its own current to trap in nutrients, so scientists took that idea and applied it to a robot for trapping trash. The bot is also gentle enough to collect things like fish eggs and won't disturb the ecosystem because they're small and noiseless. Brian, so many cool innovations, and we got to keep our oceans clean.
Really curious, Xandra, if these are made out of plastic.
You know, that's a great question. I'd like to think they're at least made out of recycled plastic.
And I like to hope that the sea turtles don't like to eat those fake plastic jellyfish.
Yeah, well, those ones they're still in a prototype. They're working on them, but they're pretty cool.
You know, and the other thing that would be really fun, if you had the little robot thing that was doing the beaches, the right beaches, now you could find all the rings and jewelry and the good stuff that came out of the little robot as well. But,
yeah,
you know, we have a lot to clean up, and it was certainly nice to have some help from things that are mechanical.